What's up, everybody? You're watching B-Boy 45. My name is Chris. Man, it is a wonderful, wonderful Tuesday afternoon, made better by the fact that I've got my friend Maya with me. Maya, are you with me?
Yes.
Yes, you are, but Maya, we're not alone. Who do we have with us?
Patton Oswalt.
What?
Patton Oswalt, yeah! That is awesome. Thank you for joining us today. Maya, my friend, take it away.
Okay, so first of all, just thank you so much for calling in. I am so excited to be talking to you today. So thank you.
Maya, thank you for asking me to be on the show. It's beyond flattering. So seriously, thank you.
So my first question for you is, who or what got you interested in stand-up comedy?
You know, before I started, it was me listening to people that I really, really liked, Richard Pryor and Steve Martin, a lot of Monty Python albums, George Carlin and stuff like that. And then I got to say, once I started in the late 80s, it really became it was like those were my heroes that got me to start. And then once I started, all my friends around me, my circle of other comedian friends, were the ones who kept me going because they were inspiring every week, seeing the stuff that they were doing. So I had really good heroes. I had even better friends.
Oh, cool. So what is your writing process and inspiration for your comedy?
I wish I could say that my writing process was a very disciplined sitting down and working out jokes in a notebook, but unfortunately, I need to go on stage every week and kind of work out rough ideas. And my inspiration for what I think is going to be a good joke, I've sort of learned to trust my instincts in terms of if something bothers me or sticks with me, either in a way that I'm like irritated by it or I think it's really funny, and I keep thinking it over for a couple of days without having to write it down, and I don't forget it, that's usually an area that I should start exploring. That's kind of how I measure it.
Yeah, so you played Spence Olchin in The King of Queens. What was the best part of being on that show?
I think the best part for me was getting to work with people like Jerry Stiller and Kevin James and Leah Remini, who were all such amazing actors and so good at taking the material and making it their own. So seeing how people were able to do that, I felt very clumsy the first couple of seasons, but then I guess maybe through osmosis and observing them, I got better and better.
Oh, cool. So you've been in so many great things, including a few of my favorites, like Those Who Can't. And I've interviewed Randy and Jason Sklar. They're really good friends of mine, and Ben and Adam and Andrew and Maria. And then you've also been in Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Parks and Rec, Battle Creek, and Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. Have you had a favorite project or character that you've played?
Oh boy. I mean, all of those, every single show that you just named there was really, really fun to do for different reasons. Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, I got to sing and dance in a graveyard. That was pretty amazing. Those Who Can't was a really great kind of scripted but loose. We got to riff a lot. Same with Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I got to say that one of the ones that I had the most fun doing was a show for FX called Justified, because it was kind of a serious action show, but it was scripted, or based on the writings of this guy Elmore Leonard. So it was very action oriented, but still kind of funny. And I was it seemed like I was the comic relief, and then I wasn't. I actually got to do some pretty serious action stuff in it. So overall, that was the one that was the most fun for me. Even though it didn't look like I was having any fun, it was pretty amazing.
Oh, cool. So You voiced Max in The Secret Life of Pets and Remy in Ratatouille and Professor Dementor in Kim Possible. What's the biggest challenge of voicing an animated character?
Well, one of the biggest things is a lot of times when you're acting, you're either acting in reaction to someone else, kind of physically and just within that space. So when you're doing voiceover, because you rarely get to do it with other people because everyone's schedules are so crazy, you have to sort of imagine how they'll be delivering their lines to you, how you'll be responding, you have to create that organic give and take in a very inorganic way. But it also lets you use way different, I guess, I don't want to use the term acting muscles, but you do use parts of yourself that you would normally use when you're acting on camera because you're only using your voice. So you have to find other ways to really empathize and connect with people. So it's interesting how the way that you adjust.
Yeah. So you were also in the Disney Channel show Mighty Med. And
with the Sklar brothers.
Yeah, I was obsessed with that show. How did your relationship with Disney come about?
I think it started with Ratatouille, but since then I've done a lot of different projects with them. I've done Mickey's Road Racers. I did Mighty Med. I did something else, and I am blanking right now. But yeah, and Mighty Med was really cool because I got to wear this really over-the-top supervillain costume that was very, very fun to get to kind of clank around in, big spike shoulders. And it's like, oh, this is what playing a supervillain is like. So it was pretty great.
Oh, cool. Yeah. I was obsessed with that show, and I had a teacher in middle school that we've stayed in touch and we're really good friends, and I tell him all about the show, and I decided I was gonna call him the Annihilator, and so that has stuck.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's why I call him.
That's awesome. And he's cool with it. He's cool with being the Annihilator?
Yeah.
Wasn't Severus Snape from the Harry Potter books based on an actual professor that J.K. Rowling had? I think she had a professor that was kind of nasty to people, but still liked them, and that she made Snape after him.
Oh.
I think so.
Yeah.
You took it the other way, which is really cool.
Yeah. And it's like he's obviously not like him at all. So it's just.
Right. I hope not. Annihilator was scary.
Yeah. So you're the narrator of the Goldbergs, and how does narrating a show work? Are you on set, or do you pre-record the narrative?
I record my narrative after they're done shooting the episode, because then a lot of times, because the script changes, the narration changes. So, they want all those changes, even if they're at the last minute. So I'm usually watching rough cuts or close to finished cuts of the scenes and then doing my narration in the spot where my narration would fall. So it's usually after the episode shot.
Oh, cool. So what was it like joining the Marvel Universe in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
It was pretty amazing. I did not know the plans that they had for me to play all these multiple versions of the same character. I thought I was just going to be this guy Koenig, and then I died. I was like, well, I guess I'm done. And they went, no, we might be calling you in a few weeks. And then I show up again. And so getting to play this whole family of Koenigs, and then even one back in time, was so much fun. And also getting to watch how the directors of those shows, which are, they're 1 hour episodes, but they're basically shooting a movie. And they would do the action and the gunplay, and all the choreography was fascinating to me.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So, what personality trait has gotten you in the most trouble?
Oh boy. I'm going to be honest. I think the personality trait that's gotten me in the most trouble is, and I still fight with this, is my, sometimes I want to be like the smartest guy in the room, or I want to be the guy that's like saying the smartest thing. And I need to accept that I'm actually not that smart, and maybe listen to other people more and learn from them rather than try to be the guy that has the mic drop moment. Having a mic drop moment is fine, but then you don't learn anything from it. You just kind of end things. It's better to have your ears open and try to learn stuff. And that's taken me a long time to kind of learn how to do.
Have you discovered any new talents or hobbies during quarantine?
Oh, I really wish I could say that I did. Oh God, this is embarrassing. I was going to learn to play the ukulele. I was going to learn to cook. And then I just ended up reading a lot and watching a lot of TV shows. So I wish I could give you an inspirational story there, but I don't have one. I didn't do anything. Although now it looks like the quarantine's going to happen all over again. So maybe this time I'll actually learn how to play the ukulele. I don't know. Oh God, I'm so embarrassed.
I haven't done anything either. So.
Oh, good. Okay. That makes me feel better.
Yeah, just lots of movies, lots of binge watching. My mom and I binge watched Battle Creek.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. And yes, we binge watched Battle Creek and Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. And so, yeah, my mom and my sister and I have binge watched a bunch of shows and watched a bunch of movies. And so.
Crazy Ex-Girlfriend is so good. That was such an amazing show. I can't believe I got to be a part of it, but I really loved it.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah. So is there a movie that you watch that always makes you feel better? Like when you're having a bad day?
Yeah, the two that always put me in a better mood are the original Bad News Bears, the one with Walter Matthau. And the baseball team, I think it was in the early 70s, that always, always, always puts me in a better mood. And then there's a movie with Robert De Niro and Charles Grodin called Midnight Run that at the end of it always makes me feel way more hopeful for humanity. So those are the two that really kind of go, oh, okay, we're going to do all right.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I always either watch Shazam or a Reese Witherspoon movie called Home Again, or the new Netflix movie, The Prom. Those are the three I always have on.
I haven't seen The Prom yet. Actually, there's the very first Legally Blonde movie is also, speaking of Reese Witherspoon, makes me really happy. That movie actually works. So who knows? Look, if something makes you happy, that's awesome. And also the first Shazam movie, I was surprised how good that was. I was a little worried when I saw the trailers, and it ended up being a pretty terrific film.
Yeah, I honestly never, I like some of the Marvel movies, but I haven't seen all of them because I don't love superhero movies, but I was so excited about this one because I love everybody in it. And so after I watched it, I was like, okay, this is the one superhero movie that I can watch all the time.
Oh, that's cool. So wait, in Prom, is Prom a musical? Do people sing? Are there musical numbers, or it's just about a prom?
No, it's based on a Broadway musical. So,
okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, my three favorite movies are all completely different. They're not similar in any way, but...
Hey, you're very eclectic. That's awesome. That's amazing.
So, what is your biggest pet peeve?
My biggest pet peeve. This is going to sound weird, but people who litter, because it's such a lazy thing to do, and it's so easy to just not do it. like I understand that some things that are bad are hard not to do. That's the one thing that's bad for everybody, that it's really easy to not do it. And so it's almost like it's more effort to litter than it isn't to not litter. That didn't make any sense. But yeah, that kind of, really aggressive laziness just makes me go, oh, come on. The can was literally 10 feet from you. There was no way you could just walk it over there and put it in there. It always bums me out when I see people litter.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. It's very annoying when you see that.
What's your pet peeve?
I don't like when hearing people like chew or swallow like that.
Oh, well, my wife really hates that. So I try to be, because sometimes I can be a loud chewer. So I was like, oh, wait a minute. I know she doesn't like this. So that really creeps you out?
Yeah, it really bothers me.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yikes. I'm sorry about that. That's a bad one to have, because there's some loud chewers out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have headphones though, these noise canceling headphones, so
Smart.
those work.
Yeah.
So then it's not that bad because I can just tune people out. So
good. Keep those handy.
Yeah. Yeah, I have two pairs. I have one for home and one for school. So yeah.
Very smart.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So my last question for you is, who do you consider to be a real life superhero and why?
Who do I consider to be a real life superhero? I mean, right now, it's all of the. I want to put this right because it's going to sound weird coming out, but it's all the people that we're not hearing about, whose names and faces we don't know, that are out there quietly doing the work in terms of making sure votes get counted, making sure people that need food get food, like those kind of jobs of, making sure kids get educated. It's the people that are showing up every day to do the unglamorous stuff, that are doing the non-Instagrammable things, that are keeping everything from collapsing, that we rarely ever see or celebrate. And especially, I think what we realized during the quarantine is there were people doing that stuff every single day. And a lot of us did it a couple of times. And then, like I did, I call banked for Biden for the election, and it was really rough. There were some days I'm like, I can't do this. And I realized there were people that were not only doing it every day, but organizing other people to do it and getting people together to do it. And it's really hard, unglamorous work. And so it's the people who show up to do the unglamorous stuff every day, especially all of the frontline healthcare workers who, even when they would spotlight what they did, it didn't. You knew that the minute the cameras were off, and they were just right back into it. It was very humbling to see that.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think what this might sound weird, but like a bright side to this whole thing is some fields of work that you never really thought about, or like you're realizing just how much they do and how amazing their work is.
Yeah, and sometimes it's jobs that even the job itself is hard to name. Like they are a transportation coordinator for but the job itself makes sure that, like, if they don't do this boring sounding job, people don't get food, and it's that crucial what they do. And the fact that they show up for that kind of work is, it was a very humbling thing to see that, and it was I was happy for the humbling. I was happy to kind of get some perspective knocked into my head for once. So, do you have any real life superheroes?
Yeah, my mom and my sister and my best friend. So,
is your sister older or younger than you?
We're twins, but she's 3 minutes older. So.
Oh, so she totally bosses you around.
Yes, and then I don't listen to her. I tell her I don't have to listen to you, and then
not to be mean, but if I were her, whenever you said something, I would go, that's so 3 minutes ago. That's all I would be saying that to you all. I can't believe she doesn't use that on you. Oh, that's so 3 minutes ago. Really?
Okay, I'll have to tell her that.
Don't give her ammunition. No, I'm just that's for you.
Okay. Okay, I won't tell her that.
Yeah. Wait a minute. No, wait, whoa. Wait, your sister's 3 minutes older than you.
Yes.
You're the one that gets to go, oh, that is so 3 minutes ago. Like you get to make fun of her. She's the boomer and you're the millennial. You should say that to her. Just whenever she says that, go, oh, that's so 3 minutes ago. Really? You're still on that?
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
That's yours. I just got that wrong. That's yours. You should use that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to tell her that all the time now. So.
Good. You got it. You got ammo.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sibling advice from Patton Oswalt. That is awesome, Maya.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks.
There you go.
So thank you so much.
Maya, again, thank you for having me on. I hope your 2021, like everyone's 2021, is better. Please.
Thank you. Yours too.
All right. Thanks, Maya.
Thanks.
Yeah.
We hope we get to talk to you again.
Bye.
Yeah. Take it easy, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.